We'd like to welcome everyone back to our final session of the 7th Annual Talladega County Coaches Association High School Football Media Day in the Infield Media Center at the Talladega Superspeedway. We have the Alabama School for the Deaf Silent Warriors here with Coach Paul Kulick. Representing the Silent Warriors today, we have Zachary Beaver and Corey McKinney. The Silent Warriors will open their season at home against Valley Head on August the 31st.
Coach, just how do you build off of? You came back last year for your last year was your first year. I know you were coach before Herminia was there. How do you build off the 4-5 record from last year and continue to improve?
Okay, just share a little bit about last year. Like you said, I came back last year and I really enjoyed working with all those boys. And after our first 4 games, we were 0-4. So I kind of was feeling lousy about that. And I couldn't believe, what I was seeing. And I looked at all those boys, standing there. I looked at everyone in the eye. I'm like, what's going on? So I talked to my assistant coaches, Walter Ripley, Cedric Tyson, and Kevin Cronin. I got with them. And I was like, there's something we need to change. The offense, the old system we've been using for several years, the wing T was not really working anymore. So we decided, okay, we're going to change. Normally for me to make a change after 4 games, it wasn't normal. So I decided, okay, we're going to change our offensive system, and we're going to use the spread offense. And with the boys and the skills they had with the receivers and the running and the quarterback being able to throw the ball. So our last 6 games, we were 6 games, we were 5-1, and so we ended up with a 5-5 record. So now, I'm really excited this year. All the boys, that we got coming back, we got several coming back. We only lost 4. Let's see if I remember who they are. That's Catrez Holman, Keith Williams, Mark Wallace, and Matthew Garrett. We lost those 4 that graduated. So, we've got several young guys, freshmen and sophomores, that they really surprised me last year with what they could do, and several good athletes. So I'm very excited about this year, and just looking at the boys that we've got, their attitude, is top notch. They're going to work hard until the end of every game. So I really am appreciative of what they're going to put in, and I think we're going to do very well this year.
Roughly how many players did you have come out for the summer and go into the season?
Okay, we got 7 players. So we had 7 come out for the summer, but all of them, they went to the weight room, they did the running and everything. Last year we only had like 4, so we were able to get up to 7 this year. So I'm really excited and commend all of them, especially Coach Tyson for with the weight, with them working out with them in the weight room. So all 7 boys really worked hard through the summer, and I really have appreciated what they've done.
How many players do you have on the roster?
Last year we had 30, and this year I think we've got about 25. But we got 3 or 4 new students coming this year that I haven't seen yet. And so we started on August 6th with practice back, so I'm hoping we move up to maybe about 30 or 35. Plus, we're also maybe able to combine with some of the blind school and get some players, some of the visually impaired players over there to possibly join us. So we're already in discussions. We discussed with the Athletic Association about that, and they have approved to let blind students play with us. So, all the other deaf schools do that around the country. We were the only one not. So I was happy to see that we were going to be able to get some of the visually impaired students maybe play with us. So maybe our numbers will go up.
How do you replace the production that Catrez Holman was able to bring to the team?
That was one of the biggest jobs I got this year is the position of quarterback. Like you said, we lost Catrez, and he did an amazing job for us, especially in those last 6 games. But I've got 2 young sophomores, Michael Page and Jaquavius McCray. both of them, they've got very strong arms. So we hadn't really got them working out with the team yet. We'll look this fall and see about either one of them. And also, just our offensive line, we've got everybody back from last year except for our left guard. We only lost that one position, so the rest of it's the same. We'll put one more person in there, and I'm pretty sure, with our offensive line, we're going to have a very good one. Our backs, we've got Corey, going to be one of our leaders there, and Zachary's good as a center for our offensive line. So between the two of them, we're pretty good. Also, one or two surprising eighth graders. I mean, they're very young to be on the varsity. They haven't played much, but they do play very well. So I'm excited. Maybe they'll both be in ninth grade in the fall. So maybe they've grown a little bit, got a little bit bigger over the summer. We'll see how that works out. Those two.
How about what your goals are for this upcoming season?
I think we're going to have a good year. I'm excited, like I said, how many we got back this year. So the goal really is to have as good a year as we can. One of the top years ASD's ever had. It's the main goal.
And who's been the surprising player as far as during the summer? They don't have to.
I can tell you one boy that has worked with us during this summer, like I said, is Vetroni Williams. He has been surprising this summer. I mean, he's small, he's thin. He may be about 130 pounds, but he has been so impressive. I mean, he has worked hard all this summer working out. He played in nose guard. I know people look at him and say, "What? You're playing the nose guard position?" But he is skilled at getting through that line. So, he always is disrupting the other team, when getting in there to the quarterback. He's small and thin, but I'm excited. I mean, he's gotten a little bit bigger this year. So I'm excited to see that. I think that's going to be one of our surprising players this year is Vetroni.
Who are the senior leaders in your squad? Like, who are going to be some of the key seniors coming back?
Zachary's one of them. Zachary Beaver. He's one of our big leaders. He's been playing 4 years now. He's played 4 years, and he did great for me last year. And he can play both, offensive as center and defensive end. So he plays both, goes both ways there. And I mean, I'm really impressed with it. I'm excited to have him as one of our leaders on the team this year. We have several seniors on the team, but as far as leaders, Zachary's one of our top leaders there.
Do you still have Angelo Simon?
Yes, we still have Angelo Simon. He's still on our team, and he's big. I mean, he's a tackle. We got him at left tackle, and we got other right tackle's pretty big too. So AJ, he's going to be a senior this year. I mean, he's about 300 pounds. And he protects our blind side over there on the left, so he's been very good. I haven't seen him yet this summer, so when school starts back, he gets back. If he's in good shape, I'll be happy. If not, we'll have to work on it and get him back and get him ready in a couple of weeks before the games start.
Having some larger tackles to shore up that line, and does that relieve you a little bit more about playing a younger quarterback and having to help you try to solve that quarterback problem?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That does help us a lot in having that bigger line. And it's if they can move fast, If they're big and can't move, then we'll be in trouble. But if they're both big and have some speed, then I'm not worried at all. And also the offensive line, like I said, they are very expensive. They have a lot of experience at varsity level, so they can also help with younger quarterback improve the confidence. And like I said, they'll have confidence in the offensive line. They'll give them time to read the play. So I think that'd be key. I mean, and like I said, we're getting them back, so I feel really good about it. I know we'll have a young quarterback, but hopefully they'll develop fast.
Which teams on your schedule are you looking forward to seeing this year?
Really, always every year, Florida School for the Deaf and Blind. That's one of our rivals. Last year we went to Florida and played them, and we played a tough game. We had 2 overtimes in that game, and we won. We got a touchdown. So 24-25. So we were so excited about. And then Florida's coming here. We'll pay them back too. The boys are ready for the game against Florida, I think.
Talk about the games against the schools that are not like schools for deaf, like
we got 4 against the public schools. Like I said, Valley Head will be our first game. It'll be a home game at ASD. We got Shoal Christian, Galesville. There's one more. Who am I forgetting? JCA, Jacksonville Christian. So we're in discussion with them. I haven't heard yet from them if that game's really going to happen after Valley Head. So hopefully they'll get enough players up there to have a team this year, and we'll be against them. But that'd be the only 4 public schools we have. And then we have 5 deaf schools we play against. That'd be Indiana School for the Deaf, the Florida School for Deaf and Blind, Mississippi, Model Secondary School for the Deaf, excuse me. That's in Washington, D.C., Arkansas, and Louisiana School for the Deaf.
I remember last year, Jacksonville Christian, they didn't field a team because they had a flu bug wipe out the roster. So hopefully that game will get put on schedule.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be our second game if it does make. So hopefully they'll have enough players this year and we'll have a 10th game.
Is there anything else you want to add about the season I didn't cover?
Yeah, no, I think I'm good.
Players, Corey, talk about your goals for the upcoming season and team goals at playing running back and what you're hoping to accomplish this year.
He's very athletic. I'll just speak. He plays wide receiver, running back, quarterback. He can play 2 or 3 positions for us. And he's one of our best players on defense and linebacker and cornerback. He hops around. So, whatever situation I need, I'll put him in. He can adapt to any situation, so he can really work in any position. And he's very, very fast. So, and you can see he's put on some muscle. So he's worked hard this summer also. So I feel good. I'm good. I'm glad he's back. Take over.
And I have a question for Zachary. How big is it for you to be a leader on a team and be able to be that example and help get your guys ready, especially also being on the offensive line and make sure that everything's going smoothly there?
Well, last year we started off the year with just one senior on the line, and that was my first time playing full-time center. Before, I used to switch back and forth from tackle, right guard, left guard, and center sometimes when they needed me to fill in. And last year, coming into the season after missing our first 2 games, I think having a really good leadership role on the team was essential especially for that line, because we didn't have a lot of seniors there, and there were a lot of young players. And this year we have a lot of young players coming up, and it's really important to teach them and to help them to improve, and for me to improve myself, because it's all about the next team coming up, helping them out and helping them have a better season for maybe even next year. But this year, I feel like we're going to have a great year. We have a lot of good players coming back, and we have a lot of good linemen coming back. And being on the line, being the center, is a really essential part of the line, and it's a lot of work because some of the players, they'll forget where they need to go when right before the play starts, or maybe we might be in the huddle and say the right tackle might not know where to go. It's my job most of the time to help them out and let them know, hey, you need to block this number, you need to block the linebacker. And that's really important because I have to study other teams and I have to study the plays, memorize them, and it's not an easy role to fill, but I believe that this fall we'll be able to come up with a good line, and I believe that I'll be able to do the best I can at that position and do the best I can to lead the offensive line.
Just to add something to that, Marlon White, he's our new assistant coach. We hired him, and he is very good with the offensive line. So I'm really excited to have him on our coaching staff. I mean, I think he's going to do a great job working with our offensive line this year, and also working with the defensive line. He'll work with both of them.
Got one more question, Coach Hewlett. You mentioned earlier about the possibility of getting some students from some visually impaired students to be on the football team. Which association did he have to go through to get that approved? Was he working with the AHSAA or
AHSAA? Mm-hmm. We asked the MPRI, and we asked the blind school what they thought about having players come over, and they have several good players on their wrestling team. You know, historically, got a lot of big boys. You know, they've won a lot of state championships in wrestling. So I was wondering, maybe if they'd like to play, they really want to play football. So this year we were able to get together and work it out. So hopefully, that'll help us out with our football program.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, that will wrap up the 7th Annual Talladega County Coaches Association High School Football Media Day here at the Talladega Super Speedway. I want to thank the track for graciously hosting us once again this year, and members of the media for coming out and supporting high school athletics in Talladega County. We wish all of our teams well this season, and look forward to having everyone back here again next year at a much more exciting venue. Thank you.